Welcome to Living History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one.
Emperor Menelik II in 1896, shown after his historic victory over Italy at Adwa, a triumph that preserved Ethiopia's independence and defied European colonial ambitions. One of history's saddest lines was found on a camp wall. "If there is a God, he will have to beg for my forgiveness." A whisper of agony so deep it still echoes across generations. In 1965, she became the first woman in the U.S. to earn a doctorate in computer science, breaking barriers in a field still in its infancy and paving the way for generations of women in tech. On January 29, 1979, 16-year-old Brenda Ann Spencer opened fire on Grover Cleveland Elementary, killing 2 and injuring 9. Her chilling motive, "I don't like Mondays," shocked the nation and sparked debates on youth violence. Charlotte Greenwood shows her famous high-kick stretches at MGM Studios in 1928, a blend of grace, humor, and athleticism that made her one of Hollywood's most flexible stars. A 350-year-old mummified head in Switzerland long, thought to be Inca, has now been traced to Bolivia's Aymara people, revealing a story of identity, travel, and a life carried far from home. In 1980, at the Moscow Olympics, Polish wrestlers Adam Sendurski, 135 kilograms, 214 centimeters, and Jan Falandis, 48 kilograms, 161 centimeters, posed together. A striking contrast in size and strength, yet united by the same sport. Jake Larson, one of the last Omaha Beach survivors, has passed at 102. Papa Jake shared D-Day memories with millions, always insisting he wasn't a hero, just lucky to come home. May he rest in peace. Joan Trumpauer Mulholland, arrested in 1961 for civil rights protest, was even tested for mental illness because authorities couldn't imagine why a white woman would fight for equality. Joe Martin, the Louisville police officer who first encouraged young Cassius Clay after his bike was stolen, guiding him to a boxing gym and unknowingly setting Muhammad Ali's legend in motion. On Hill 262, exhausted Polish soldiers held the mace against relentless assaults, sealing the Falaise Gap and helping break the Wehrmacht in Normandy, an act of courage that opened the road to Paris. The spotlight adored her, and she answered with poise, precision, and a knowing wink. Audiences saw charm, directors saw mastery. Behind it all stood the ingenue who turned moments into legend. Norwegian pole vault star Charles Hoff breaks from training to dance the Charleston, capturing the playful spirit of the 1920s in a rare athletic moment. After his 1931 execution, the preserved head of Peter Kürten, the vampire of Dusseldorf, became a macabre relic. Displayed in a museum, it remains a chilling reminder of human darkness and the uneasy line between science and spectacle. The first known photograph of the Taj Mahal, taken in 1855, captures the monument long before modern restoration, silent, majestic, and untouched by time. Long before modern cruise ships, Archimedes built the Syracusa, a floating palace for King Hiero I around 240 BCE, complete with gardens and a temple. It was the ancient world's first luxury liner. Shot in the shoulder at Spotsylvania in 1864, Private Samuel Wing refused the bone-jarring ambulance ride. Barely clothed and bleeding, he walked 12 miles to Fredericksburg, an unspoken act of grit, survival, and quiet courage. The Pamir, the world's last commercial sailing ship, rounds Cape Horn for the final time in 1949, an ending to the great age of wind-powered trade. Nakano Takeko, 1847 to 1868, the fearless Aizu samurai, led an all-female brigade in the Boshin War. Fatally shot in battle, she chose death over capture. Her legacy endures as Japan's most iconic woman warrior. Salvador Dali and Walt Disney, 1957, two dream makers blending surrealism and animation. Their unlikely friendship produced Destino, a 6-minute masterpiece decades ahead of its time. This artwork shows Sitting Bull in 1872 calmly smoking his pipe during a firefight with a survey crew. As bullets flew, he invited warriors to join him. 4 did, an act of fearless bravery that strengthened his legend. Female aircraft spotters on a Leningrad rooftop, May 1942, watchful against incoming bombers as the siege raged. Their vigilance became a lifeline for a starving, battered city under constant attack. Princess Margaret and Queen Elizabeth in the 1950s, two sisters balancing royal duty and personal grace, captured in a rare moment of quiet elegance. Paul Gauguin, 1895, captured in a mischievous moment, playing the piano without trousers, a glimpse of the rebellious artist who lived as boldly as he painted. Gina Lollobrigida in Portrait of Gina, 1958. Luminous, confident, and effortlessly magnetic, every frame captured her as both muse and master of her own legend. A young child serving with Soviet partisans in 1942 near Novgorod, small in stature but thrust into the vast violence of war. A haunting reminder of how conflict steals childhood long before its time. A Norwegian bride in 1905 stands in traditional attire, her ornate crown and embroidered garments reflecting centuries of heritage, a quiet portrait of culture, ceremony, and timeless northern beauty. After Pearl Harbor, the USS Oklahoma lay capsized in the harbor. Salvage crews spent months cutting, lifting, and righting the shattered battleship, a massive effort to reclaim both steel and dignity from the wreck. On August 1st, 1943, 177 B-24 crews launched Operation Tidal Wave, flying just 100 feet above the Med to strike Plosty's oil fields. Fierce defenses downed dozens, yet their courage earned 5 medals of honor. A Palestinian teenager offers a small gift to female IDF soldiers in Jerusalem, 1967, a quiet moment of humanity amid the tension of a newly changed city. Hollow Jack Mercer stands outside the sheriff's office, calm as a killer who's seen hell. The Ghost Creek Massacre haunts his legend, fire, death, and a stare daring history to remember him. A casserole vendor stands on Rue Perrolière in Toulouse, April 18, 1916, captured by Georges Chevalier, preserving a quiet slice of street life in wartime France. Robert F. Kennedy sits on his lawn with two of his children, seeking comfort after learning of his brother President John F. Kennedy's assassination, November 22, 1963. Ancient engineers mastered quake-resistant design long before modern science. At Sacsayhuaman and sites from Peru to Rome, massive stones were locked with metal staples, letting walls flex and survive centuries of earthquakes. Elvis Presley signs autographs outside CBS Studio 50 in New York, 1956, greeting thrilled fans before performing on the Dorsey Brothers stage show, a moment from the dawn of his meteoric rise. First Lieutenant Ossie Reynolds of Detroit, 101st Airborne, was killed in action on December 27, 1967 in Bentui at age 26. A Purple Heart recipient, he is honored on Panel 32 E Line 80 of the Vietnam Memorial, lest we forget. Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, rose from a young volunteer in 1910 to one of Germany's most respected commanders. His daring at Mount Matajur earned him the Pour le Mérite and set his legend in motion. In 1965, 6 Tongan boys were shipwrecked on remote Adwa Island for 15 months. Working as one, they built shelter, kept a fire alive, survived on fruit and fish until their signal fire brought rescue. Jenny Wanda Barkman, a Nazi guard at Stutthof, stands before a pile of victims' shoes, a stark reminder of cruelty and the lives erased by the camp. A milkman leaves glass bottles on a doorstep in the 1950s, a quiet snapshot of daily life when home delivery, clinking bottles, and early morning routines define the rhythm of every neighborhood. A German 50mm anti-tank gun fires at a T-34, its impact echoing across the battlefield. Steel meets steel in a split-second clash, one shot deciding survival amid the chaos of war. Aeronaut J.M. Johnson poses beside his early Blériot-type aircraft around 1910 in New York, one of aviation's daring pioneers in an age when flight was still a risky wonder. Jill Ann Weatherwax, 27, a former beauty queen and singer, was found brutally murdered in Fresno on March 25, 1998. Last seen leaving a motel with 3 men, her case remains unsolved despite decades of leads, rewards, and media attention. Annapolis, 1917. Young Naval Academy graduates stand at attention, preparing to enter a world at war. Their crisp uniforms and solemn faces reflect duty, resolve, and the gravity of the moment. A whimsical 1910s San Francisco scene shows a young woman perched in a tiny aerial rowboat beneath a blimp, an early mix of aviation daring and playful fantasy. Inside the cramped ball turret of a B-17, an armorer services a .50 caliber Browning hands, steady in a space barely big enough to move. In that fragile sphere, precision meant survival for the crew above. A family poses for a portrait in 1873, still and solemn, capturing a moment meant to outlast time. In an age of long exposures, every expression becomes a quiet echo of a vanished world. Buster Keaton reads the 1929 resolution with his trademark deadpan calm, a quiet moment from the silent era legend facing a changing Hollywood. Amelia Earhart, the trailblazing aviator who became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, stands as a symbol of courage, daring, and the limitless horizons she refused to fear. Howard Carter, hired by Lord Carnarvon in 1907, uncovered Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. The young pharaoh, born of sibling parents and afflicted with a clubfoot, died around 18, his cause still unknown. At 22 in March 1986, Boris Johnson appears confident and sharply ambitious long before politics made him a global figure. In Nazi camps, victims' hair was taken as raw material washed, packed, and sent to factories. It became felt for uniforms, socks, mattresses, even U-boat insulation. To them, nothing human was spared. A child's coffin in Mexico, 1954, a small, fragile box holding a world of grief, a quiet reminder of love, loss, and the tenderness families carried through the hardest moments. Bondi Beach, 1959, Christmas under the sun. Swimmers, surfboards, and holiday cheer blend together as Australians celebrate the season with sand, sea, and summertime joy. Hedy Lamarr, Judy Garland, and Lana Turner in Ziegfeld Girl, 1941, three icons at the height of Hollywood glamour, each shining with a different kind of magic on and off the screen. During the Battle of Breslau in March 1945, a Russian soldier pauses amid the ruins to play a piano left behind in a shattered home, a brief moment of humanity in the final chaos of World War II. Claudia Cardinale on the 1966 set of Lost Command, a moment of effortless elegance where her poise and presence turned every frame into classic cinema. Colonel Anthony J. Drexel Biddle, 1874 to 1948. Famed Marine Corps instructor, mastered and taught brutal hand-to-hand combat, earning a reputation for fearlessness and shaping modern U.S. close combat training.
Thanks for watching. If there's a forgotten era or photo you want me to bring to life, drop it in the comments. I'm listening.